On behalf of the Board of Trustees, again, let me extend a warm welcome to all of you tonight for this celebration of philanthropy. The gentleman who just departed here failed to introduce himself. And for those of you who don't know him, he is Mark Anderson, and I would like to extend our thanks for all that he does for the Yampa Valley Community Foundation. A poem in honor of our celebration of philanthropy. We say we connect people who care with causes that matter. No doubt we do. Your eyes reflect deep, intense commitment. Your voices tonight recall joyful refrains of difference-making acts. Your presence weaves a blanket that warms, blesses, and comforts our valley. The swan told Mary Oliver, "Of course, the path to heaven doesn't lie down in flat mouths. It's in the imagination with which you perceive the world and the gestures with which you honor it." Tonight we celebrate persons who have dared to imagine a world different and honored that world through their gestures. I cannot say their acts have paved a path to the heaven, but surely their crevasses in the walls of our valley have etched a place in our heaven, our hearts, our community. We first recognize tonight our Youth Philanthropists of the Year, Gretchen Jacobs and Andrew Petersen. Gretchen and Andrew, please join me up here at the podium. This is Gretchen and this is Andrew. This past year, both Gretchen and Andrew actively participated in Teen Council, a program sponsored by the city and comprised of local youth who are interested in making a difference in our community. Teen Council's motto is giving teens a voice. Gretchen and Andrew's combined leadership was instrumental in creating a new city ordinance to ban single-use plastic bags in the 4 major grocery stores. But these young adults do much more. Andrew has been a supervisor with Mini Sprouts preschool program. He works with the Boys and Girls Club and is a member of the Model UN Club in school. Gretchen volunteers with the dance show, acting as director. She's involved in leadership class, is a mentor, senior class officer, and has volunteered with United Way, Hospice, and Yampa Valley Sustainability Council. Andrew credits his mom, Susan, rightfully so, on raising his awareness of what a special community Steamboat is and how important it is to give back. Gretchen, like many local youth, enjoys the opportunities to be active, but when she suffered an injury as a soccer player, she turned her energy to helping others and became a coach for the Youth Tri-Club. Now, I understand Gretchen and Andrew actually have known each other most of their lives, and I understand also that they hope their actions will inspire other young people to get involved. Not only does it feel good to make a positive impact on your community, they've explained, but they want youth to know that you can accomplish anything so long as you work at it. So congratulations, Andrew and Gretchen. This is for you, Gretchen. I think I got those right. This is for you, Andrew. Ladies first.
Hello and good evening. Thank you for coming to celebrate with us. A philanthropist is defined as somebody who gives either money or time to help their community. As teenagers, it can sometimes be hard to be a philanthropist in those parameters. Teens tend not to have millions to donate and oftentimes don't have hours and hours of time to spend helping. So how can we as teens have an impact? We change that definition. We as teenagers can find ways to help others in our own parameters. I believe that starts with making little changes every day, whether that be simply smiling at someone you don't know or offering to help your teachers pass out papers. It can be changing your habits, such as taking that $5 you spend on a Starbucks latte and giving that money to a local charity. I truly believe that these little actions eventually lead us to do big things, to make big changes. I found that through working on my recent bag project, banning plastic, I would not have had the skill sets and knowledge to push through had it not been for smaller projects such as volunteering with the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council, Recycling Day, or with hospice. Starting small can lead to great things. I believe empowerment is the key, because when we lift each other up, we can create a force to make change. I worked with 16 other high school students in order to pass this ordinance and directed 70 students in the high school dance showcase. Whether it was to make policy change or put on a dance show, we had to empower each other. It's crazy what we as humans are capable of if we simply believe in each other. A statement I think about a lot is, be the person your middle school self needed. To me, that comes down to being a role model, someone you're proud to be. So ask yourself, are you someone you would want your middle school self to look up to? Are you happy with your actions? We all have a little bit of philanthropy in us. We can make a change, whether it be $1 million or a dime. And to all the youth here, I want you to ask yourself what excuses you are making, whether it be I'm too young or I'm too busy, and realize that you can change your definition of being a philanthropist. I believe that by changing the parameters of how we're expected to be, we can be so much more. We are the future, and as obvious as that sounds, it carries so much weight. I want to ask you all here tonight to make one small change, and I hope that with that one small change, you are inspired to make a big one. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So, when I found out that I won the Yampa Valley Community Foundation's Youth Philanthropist of 2019, I was in total disbelief because I had no clue that I had been nominated, nor did I see myself as a philanthropist. I was confused as to why I was being recognized as a philanthropist because philanthropy seemed convoluted and carried a connotation of tax deductions and vanity projects. Philanthropy felt like an unapproachable subject that was safeguarded by a select few. I immediately began to think of all the reasons why I was not a philanthropist. As I reasoned why I was not a contender for this award, I soon felt ashamed because I had discredited my work. This prompted me to rethink what philanthropy means in the context of being a youth and how I, like so many of my peers, are philanthropists in each own regard. When I began to let go of my limited understanding of what it means to give back and leaned into embracing this honor, it was abundantly clear to me that in a community as special as Steamboat Springs, giving back comes as second nature to nearly everyone. The people of this town raise Olympians while having a deeply rooted sense of compassion and consciousness of what it means to live here. Pride of this town runs in our veins just as the Yampa River flows through this valley. This pride is why people here are beyond willing to make a better town by fostering an interconnected community. Volunteerism and service in our town are exceptional in comparison to other towns, but to the people who live here, it's an ordinary aspect of life. Philanthropy presents itself in both the traditional and non-traditional sense in Steamboat. It is easy to solely look at philanthropy through the lens of giving and service, but philanthropy is so much more than those two characteristics. It's advocacy, political engagement, and social good too. This is often overlooked, but these aspects of philanthropy are equally important to the meaning of the word. The youth of Steamboat, whether they recognize it or not, are philanthropists. They have chosen to pursue careers to help save the planet and humanity, promoted a culture of inclusivity and understanding within schools, have reduced the amount of single-use plastic waste such as straws and plastic water bottles, and have leveraged social media as a way to bring awareness to headlines that would otherwise be overlooked. To some, these acts are minuscule to what one would typically associate with philanthropy, but I see these as the first steps in one's philanthropic journey. I'm confident in the fact that my generation will make the world safer and cleaner. My generation will teach others the meaning of empathy, and my generation will set an expectation for change. At a time such as now, it is dire to support the youth who yearn to have their voices heard and respected, so I ask all of you to help youth become the change that they need to be, to encourage them to pursue their passions, to demonstrate the importance of determination and hard work, and to lead with humility and kindness. Everyone can be a philanthropist, but it takes others to help uproot their inner altruists, so it is our responsibility to do so. Thank you.
We have some thank yous that we'd like to do. So both Andrew and I are beyond grateful for this recognition. We've not gotten here by ourselves, and would like to thank all those that helped us along our journey and who continue to inspire us. I'd first like to thank my parents and brother for their support. This would not have happened without their encouragement and drive they instilled in me from day one. You guys taught me that it's important to be selfless and help others.
I want to thank my mother for showing me what it means to be a part of a community, my father for teaching me to work hard and seek out my passions, my brother for reminding me to be brave and vulnerable, and my grandparents inspiring me through their philanthropy.
And then we also want to thank Alexis Wolf from the City of Steamboat Springs Parks and Rec department who nominated us, and all those who were part of the nomination and selection process.
Sarah Jones and Cameron Hawkins from the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council, as well as Catherine Carson for guiding the two of us through countless meetings and research.
And we want to thank all the educators in Steamboat who have taught us about work ethic and how to pursue a project.
A special thanks goes to the teenagers on the Steamboat Springs Teen Council who worked tirelessly and inspired us every day to continue on through our bag project.
And then the Yampa Valley Community Foundation for creating an environment that allows philanthropists to be recognized and celebrated.
As well as the entire community of Steamboat for lifting up teens and giving them a platform to give back and demonstrate our passions.
And then everyone else who has supported and will continue to support the youth in Steamboat. Thank you.